I was listening to Paper Planes not that long ago on my way back from Atlanta. And I was like, this is a solid song. What happened to her? And, the universe shows
If
me
you
what
guys don't
happened to
know,
her.
M.I.A is an artist who is best known for her song Paper Planes.
What's really going
this
on?
song. This song was actually a pro-immigration song, according to M.I.A herself, saying that the stereotypes about immigrants who come and take jobs and money from the locals is incorrect. Now, this was a pretty good song with a pretty good message, which is very interesting because of what she's been saying lately. Just recently, M.I.A was kicked off of Kid Cudi's tour for a rant she did on stage in Dallas.
I didn't actually hear the rant.
Alright, I'm illegal. Half of my team are not here because they didn't get the visa. Okay? I want you to know that. Alright? So don't listen to what the bots say on the internet. Okay? Once you are there, you're always there. We should be above politics.
Well, they're trying to turn the music up. Just turn the mic off.
After this, Kid Cudi kicked her off the tour, saying, M.I.A is no longer on this tour. I told my management to send a notice to her team before we started tour that I didn't want anything offensive at my shows, because I already knew what time it was, and I was assured things were understood. After the last couple shows, I've been flooded with messages from fans that were upset by her rants. This, to me, is very disappointing, and I won't have someone on my tour making offensive remarks that upsets my fan base. Following this, M.I.A responded saying, I wrote Illegal on the M.I.A LP, a song from 2010. I started this intro to the song with the statement saying that I'm illegal, and I said my team hasn't gotten visas yet. Then played a song that had lyrics saying fuck the law, which I still believe. Then someone on Twitter asked if she voted for Donald Trump, and M.I.A responded, don't be an agent of division. I can't vote in the US, and 48% of Latin community voted Trump, so are you going to hate them all? Clearly, M.I.A is doing some pretty controversial stuff, and I think most of us can understand why a lot of people aren't happy about this. And it gets even more interesting and strange, as when you look closer at her career in the recent years, you'll see that she's been going down some sort of weird conspiracy theory pipeline, and she's arguably said some even stranger things. First of all, she said some similar stuff before in regards to politics.
I'm down as being a Trump supporter. I'm cancelled. Every year I get cancelled.
But what's more interesting to me personally,
she didn't have a heart in it. I didn't hear no heart in it. It sounds like, she's like LARPing, like she wants to be kissed, but it's like you're not. It just sounds like really trying to make some headlines, and sometimes for people, bad attention is still attention, which is enough.
Only is the tons of conspiracy theories she's gotten into and how she's tried to capitalize on it. First of all, M.I.A started raising some red flags in 2022 when she tweeted, if Alex Jones pays for lying, shouldn't every celebrity pushing vaccines pay too? She continued to say Alex Jones lying and Pfizer lying both trending. One with penalty, the other without. If you have no critical thinking faculty, this is about as crazy as we should get before a nuclear war wipe out the human race. Now this right here, it sounds like someone who's trying to sound smart. If you have no critical thinking faculty, I don't even know what that means.
Trying to follow
I don't think she really is saying anything of substance here. And this was also after Alex Jones was found guilty and ordered to pay nearly $1 billion in damages after saying that the Sandy Hook shooting never happened. M.I.A continued with weird comments saying
what
things
is going
like,
on?
I know 3 people who have died from taking the vaccine, and I know 3 people who have died from COVID. This is in my life, in my experience. If anyone was going to deny that experience and gaslight me, saying, no, that's not your experience, then what is the point of anything? Again, I don't want to deny her experience, but I feel like, just based on everything I know, 3 people did not die because of the vaccine, but who knows? Maybe I'm just denying her experience. She continued to say, what is the existence that you were trying to protect by giving me a vaccine if I can't even have an experience?
Oh my gosh, everything's for her is a question. Lord have mercy.
That information in my own brain and come to some sort of conclusion and live within a society where I have to make choices every day. Again, she's using all these words, but none of them really fit too well together. It just sounds like someone trying to be smart.
Point,
I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe
I'm
being a little bit of a jerk here, but yeah, it just doesn't sound. It doesn't sound right. We'll get to the crazier stuff soon. According to Rolling Stone, M.I.A expressed her displeasure on an array of other topics, from identity politics and efforts to defund the police to her embrace of Christianity to, you guessed it, Cancel culture. In regards to cancel culture, she said, I think everyone should be having open conversations. We don't all have to like build effigies of people and burn them in the street for saying something, going after them like Guy Fawkes because of fear of being seen as the other. She continued on about Alex Jones and a bunch of other stuff. So clearly she's been on some weird conspiracy theory type of stuff with vaccines and Alex Jones. But where it gets really interesting is the fact that apparently MIA thinks that Wi-Fi, 4G, 5G, 6G towers and all that give you cancer. And I think she's also scared of us being in a surveillance state, and that part is definitely true. With Flock and everything going on, it's kind of crazy. Regardless, though, because of this, she launched her own clothing line called Omni, which is described as the armor of the modern knight in the age of modern technological warfare. Not gonna lie, that sounds kind of tough. Their website description says, in the age of AI, smart cities, hackable humans, social credit systems, internal body data harvesting, not sure what that is, and indiscriminate mass surveillance, we bring you the revolutionary future of fashion. You might think of the war zone as far away from where you are, yet in 2026, even your house is a digital battlefield. Omni is your last frontier at preserving your privacy, autonomy, and rights over your own body and your data. The website also said that thousands of studies link EMF exposure from this technology.
Okay, so it just sounds like she's like really deep into conspiracy theories and then really engulfed into Twitter cancel culture. And it's like it's a little mix of you know, I don't know.
To risks including cancer, pregnancy issues, low sperm count, anxiety, oxidative stress.
I'm trying to find
Not gonna lie here, reading this, she almost sold me, and I'm a normal person. Now imagine you're a schizophrenic person reading this, and I bet these clothes sell like hotcakes. Now I'm joking when I say schizophrenic, because I definitely understand why some people could believe stuff like 5G being dangerous. But what I do think is the problem here is she's using a unpopular scientific opinion and then like kind of acting as if it's fact when it's like we don't actually know for sure if that's the case, and likely it's not.
I'm all for a good conspiracy. I love to, you know,
and she's like over dramatizing everything, you know, like you're fighting a war, you know. Not
the cancel culture shit though is just throwing me off.
I think you'd be fighting a war more so if you were protesting or signing bills to get Flock banned or something. Plus, let's be real here, it's got to be like the cleanest brand for conspiracy theorists, because I don't think they're especially known for their style, but on here they got all sorts of clothes, and honestly some of them look pretty cool. And of course I have to mention the fact that they're selling these tinfoil hats, or just bucket hats, tinfoil bucket hats. But MIA has said some other weird stuff in regards to
it's like a cute crazy.
This brand, like she once said, future backwards is RUTUF.
I don't know.
I don't know what that means, but
future's backward. I'm not saying that. I don't know. Once you put like too much emphasis on it, now I feel like you're trying to curse me.
He continues, if conspiracy theorists are wrong, good for you. You own some beautiful clothes made with silver and precious metals. But if they are right, you just might have saved the future of humanity. This is a crazy marketing idea. She's basically saying it's some dope ass clothes, and you might be fighting a battle for humanity and saving everyone by, I guess, hiding yourself from surveillance and not getting cancer.
This is cool.
I don't know. If you read the description of this website and everything else she's saying and kind of take it at face value and don't really think too much, it sounds like a good deal. You know, you're saving humanity. But when you think about the fact that this is all just to protect yourself from like waves and stuff, like you're not fighting some battle for the sake of humanity, you know. At best, you're preserving yourself, not others. She also posted this video on Omni's Instagram as like proof of 5G being bad for you or something like that.
But I wouldn't. So we're to 6G now. I just 5G. I was a leader on 5G, getting that done. And now they're up to 6.
Let's do it again.
What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin? See how I like the cameras the old days.
And interestingly enough, there are a ton of people in her comments who agree with her or are afraid of these sorts of things, which kind of just aids my point that I feel like she's sort of taking advantage of people who may not have fully researched everything or like look.
But I would rather see you in that Omni brand bucket hat than you walking around with literal tinfoil on your head. Like if you're gonna do that, like, you know, I'm gonna just use this word, don't take offense to it, but if you're gonna do that crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like Yeah.
into these things. And honestly, that could possibly explain why she's like being so vocal about everything all of a sudden. Maybe she's trying to convert it to sales or something. Who knows? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this whole situation. There's a good chance, I'm not gonna lie, that she doesn't believe any of this stuff and is just saying it to sell a bunch of overpriced clothes to people, but maybe not. If you want to know in which ways Wi-Fi is bad for you, I'd say it's the fact that they can like use it to scan your home and make 3D renders of like where you are at all times. That's one thing that I can agree with M.I.A for, like the surveillance stuff. Anyway, though, since all the Cuddy stuff, she's been ranting on Twitter, posting Bible verses, saying that both sides of the political aisle are owned by Israel. And she also, this is one of the tweets that intrigued me, she said that M.I.A fans are past the point of preparing for 2030 digital matrix prison shit and learning Chinese AI vertical farming. I have no clue what she's talking about.
See, that's like, what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm trying to see.
These are just not tweets you expect from artists who were huge and once very well respected. So it's very interesting to see this.
I don't know.
Yeah, M.I.A is on some weird stuff. Fantano said her new album was bad, and she got kicked off Kid Cudi's tour.
Every year has a month, every month has a week has a day, every day has an hour, every hour has a minute, every minute has a second. Time starts now. Okay, larger increments of time can be broken down into smaller increments of time. Whoa, crazy. Whoa, crazy.
Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to cover this because it's interesting.
Once again, no. The problem with the concert part though is the team told you prior, chill on that extra shit. And you said, okay, bet I'll chill on that extra shit. And then proceeded to get on stage and do that extra shit that you promised the team and the artists that you're working with that you wouldn't do. That part. And I understand, like, you just want to get on the platform and just have, you're in the face of a whole bunch of people. You wanna trend. You wanna get people's attention, but you know.
Interesting. Sorry for no face cam. I didn't feel like it. So enjoy this shitty gameplay in the background instead. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to click the video.
So many chains call me Channing Tatum. All right. Yeah, well, if she was your favorite artist back in the day, I don't really know what other songs she made other than Paper Planes, but maybe she did. Maybe I'm missing some. This is what she's up to now, and honestly, I don't know how I feel about her. It's very, like, from a distance. It's not something I would interact with at all. But yeah, that's the video.